Yeah. Here. Let's pause the music. We need to get into this. We need to get into this. But what's good, everybody? Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm back again with some more One Piece content. And I've been going. I'm a little late with this one today. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm a little late with this one. I just got back from Cleveland about an hour ago. I want to say I landed about an hour ago, and probably a little more than an hour ago. But I was driving from the airport, so that takes time. Stop to get me a smoothie. Smoothie can't give them no promo. They ain't paying me. Nah, but okay. So today we gonna talk about One Piece chapter 1020, Robin versus Black Maria. That's what we about to get into. We're gonna do a little different today. Usually I like to read the chapter at least twice before I do these discussions, just so I get an idea of some good talking points. Today, this weekend, it's been really hard. I did read the chapter this week, but I didn't really get a chance to really get in depth in the chapter. So today's discussion is going to kind of be like a reading too. Like we kind of going to read a little bit of it just so I could get I don't really have any notes prepared. I usually have some notes prepared of talking points that I want to talk about. So today's just going to be a little different. We kind of just freestyling this one. So yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to the chapter. Robin versus Black Maria, which I won't lie. Where's that thing coming from? Whatever. I have to figure that out because hopefully it don't keep whatever that sound's coming from. But that took me off. But yeah, so we're gonna kind of go through this chapter. It might be a short discussion today. I'm excited. I was excited for this chapter because one thing I've been wanting the most in this series is to see more Robin. Let's see what Robin, because Robin has one of the most OP devil fruits, right? She has probably I would say she probably has one of the most OP devil fruits. If used to its max, I would probably say, Law has one of the most OP devil fruits if used to the max. I personally think Kizaru, because it's light, bro. Like, if he really was going to, if like he really like flexes, and I do think Oda is going to allow Kizaru to flex his ability a lot more by the end of the series. But I think the light fruit, like a light fruit, is pretty OP. Kuma's could be pretty OP, which it is pretty OP from what we've seen. But anyway, we going off track. I digress. Let's get into this chapter. We get to see Robin get some action, which is what I've been waiting for, man. Like, when's the last time we see Robin do something, man? Like, really fight, like have a fight, have a significant fight. But anyway, so we got chapter 1020, Robin versus Black Maria, and the cover page is Kiyoshiro, basically him in what looks to be like this little bear, or he kind of looked like he could be like a panther or something. I'm not too sure. Either like a bear or a panther. And he's sleeping next to Kiyoshiro while Kiyoshiro is eating his hair, dreaming about eating like a big ass shrimp, but he's really eating his hair. So that's what we get for the cover page. Should I be calling him Kiyoshiro still, or do we still call him Denjiro? I'm gonna say Denjiro, not Kiyoshiro. Anyway, all right. So we start off on the top of Onigashima, on top of the skull dome floor, Onigashima. and it said the dog fruit. So we get that official confirmation of uh what what's her name, Yamato's devil fruit is. It's the dog fruit, mythical type model Okuchu Okuchi Akuchi no Makami. That sound like it's a rare mythical wolf. I I'm not familiar with it. If you know in the chat, let me know if there's any significance by the name of the devil fruit, the Kuchi no Makami. I'm gonna probably do a little research after. I didn't really get to do any much research before this chapter because I haven't really even get got a chance to delve into this chapter. But my initial theory was wrong about Yamato having the I want to say it's the eating devil fruit, which is like a mythical deer. Like that was my guess, cause she looked more like a deer than a wolf. You know, like that last chapter, she looked more like she at points she do look like a dog, but she also kind of she looked a little bit like herbivorish. That's why I kind of thought, especially with her horns, it made her look like a deer. Like those were deer antlers. Anyway, so and Kaido said it is a guardian spirit of Wino, which makes losing it to someone claiming to be Odin especially painful. And that is why I tell you to uphold that role and protect Wano for me. Be its guardian deity. You know, and we see we basically see Kaido squaring off with Yamato. Kaido goes for a swing. Yamato tries to block it, but Kaido just sends her flying. And then we next over it says we got Yamato saying it's not the same thing, huff huff. Or no, this is Kaido talking. It's not the same thing. Huff huff. Orochi had a skill for exploitation. This country is a weapons factory. You will rule over it and keep it running. And then Yamato says, "No, I will free them. I will liberate the country and its samurai and release them unto the world." So Yamato is really dead set on. As we already knew, Yamato is pretty dead set on fulfilling her role as Odin, which I guess, the role that she gave herself as Odin. But that's not what Kaido wants, Kaido wants Yamato to be basically to rule over Odin, or not Odin, Wano. And my thing is why? Like my thing is why? Why is Kaido? Why does Kaido want Yamato to I guess reign over Wano when he can reign over it since he's there? And why do I say that? Why do I say it? What I assume is Wano is just like he wants Yamato to reign over Wano so he can leave Wano and I don't know, maybe go on some type of conquest, maybe to go start that war that we heard Kaido talk about a few times. And he wants Yamato to stay in Wano, watch over Wano as he's going, So that's what I'm assuming. I assume that he wants to be out in the world, maybe conquering, maybe to go find the One Piece as well. That's another very logical thought that he wants Yamato to stay watch Wano. He goes out and look for the One Piece, or goes out and conquer the world, or he goes out and start the biggest war the world's ever seen. One of those three things are what I'm assuming. Kaido's necessity to groom Yamato as the shogun of Wano. Like that's kind of what I'm believing. But Yamato doesn't want that. She says, "No, I will free them. I will liberate this country and the samurai, and release them into the world." Then she hits an attack called the Namuji Glacier Fang, which looks similar to Kaido's I want to say Dragon Breath, his blast breath, right? And I'm curious. Is this an ability that her devil fruit grants her? Like this attack? Is this attack like something that her devil fruit grants her, or is it something that maybe her family, like something about her bloodline, her and Kaido's bloodline, like a ability that is granted to, like the blast breath. Is that like something with Kaido's bloodline, or is that something just strictly to both of their devil fruits? You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Is that like a Kaido bloodline type ability, or is that like a ability that their devil fruits grant them? Kind of how like most of Luffy, his gum abilities is because he's rubber. He can stretch. So because they both because the from what I see the Namaji Glacier Fang is kind of like his Kaido's blast breath. Cause Kaido does the blast breath. Next page, we see kind of a flashback of Odin saying, "Open Wano's borders," and then Kaido saying, "You will not, you will." And I'm assuming, yeah. So whatever. I disregard what I was about to say. So they both hit their attacks and they clash and they kind of mix with each other and explode. And then Kaido basically says, you would never. I would never allow you to open the borders of Wano. That's no. And so we go back to the banquet hall on the 3rd floor where Robin, Black Maria, Black Maria's underlings and Brook all are. And we see Brook telling Robin to snap out of it. And Robin, from I'm assuming it's from Robin's perspective. She sees I want to say his name is Professor Clover. Okay, I was gonna say Dr. Clover, but it does say it, Professor Clover, and then we see Robin's mom. What's her name? I want to say it's Nico. What's Robin's mom name? Is Nico something? Nico. Now I gotta go look. Nico Robin. It's Nico something. Nico Oliver. Or Nico Ovia. Nico Ovia. But anyway, Brooke is telling Robin to snap out of it. She basically sees Professor Clover and her mom, and they're both basically telling Robin like, "Hey, come here." And then she also sees Saul. Saul appears behind both Professor Clover and Nico. Robin's mom and yeah. So she's talking to him, talking about she misses him, and then she both, while Robin is telling her to snap out of it. Robin was like, I know, and she uses her Tres Mano Freja. I think I'm saying it right. Freja. And she hits both of them, and we see two of them were smile fruit users. Was it Nori Ona, who's a snake smile fruit user, and then we get she's the hognose snake smile fruit user. Tenjo Sagati, who's the white snake smile fruit user, and then we get another number, which now we got confirmation that there's also female numbers, like women numbers among the numbers. So we get numbers Kunyun, 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 who was playing Saw, and so I'm assuming that whole thing, like that whole thing was an ability from Black Maria. I'm not sure if it was a named ability, but it's something, something Black Maria is using against them, and it doesn't work on. Okay, so let's continue with the conversation, because that basically answers. It said, "You could have reassured me it wasn't working on you, Robin. Such a horrible thing to do, toying with someone's most precious memories." What I assume is kind of like a genjutsu almost. Like Black Maria has like abilities that's almost like a genjutsu. It makes you see who you care about the most, or people you care about. So it said they're getting away. I can't believe Lady Black Maria's illusion mist didn't work on them. So her illusion mist. And then, I guess as they run, Black Maria basically busts through the side of the building, saying, "Oh, that is true?" And then, Brooke is laughing, talking about, "Oh, this mansion is simply terrifying." And then Robin tells Brooke like, "Hey, you didn't have a problem with that miss either." And Brooke basically says, "Well, after years of practice, wishing every day that the death of your friends was only a dream, one does get used to being hurt by illusions." So, Brooke, I guess Brooke being used to, seeing visions, because I assume that he was on the ship, so he might have had like seen mirages of his friends or whatever, Cause he was on the ship by himself for a very long time, so I'm pretty sure he went kind of crazy as well. So in going into this madness, he probably seen illusions of his former crew. And then Robin says, "I suppose we have a lot in common. Yo, all those trials were for this very day." I kind of like this. Like I kind of like this. I kind of like to see this whole dynamic with Brooke and Robin, because I feel as though when we usually see interactions with them, Robin is usually pretty cold towards Brooke. Like Brooke is saying something, like Brooke says something, and Robin just has like a dark answer, like, "Oh, I don't like." Like Brooke, "Hey, you like my clothes, my outfit?" And Robin to say something like, "Oh, that's ugly," or "It looks very average on you." Like she did on, I want to say, last week's episode of One Piece, where they was all going through Kinemon's King clothing factory ability thing that makes them dress as the Beast Pirates, and Brooke was all happy, like, "Oh, how do I look?" And Robin was looking bad or whatever, but Robin, so come on, Robin, but Brooke basically like, "Hey, well, how do I look?" And Robin was like, "Oh, you look average." Like Robin be pretty cold to Brooke, man. She be pretty cold hearted to Brooke, but it seemed like they're kind of bonding. It seemed like they found a common ground. And you see Robin actually smiling with being around Brooke, and only Brooke, not like Brooke and the other Straw Hats. But okay, so yeah, so we get Robin, Brooke running away, and Black Maria tries attacking them with a Wanyudo sleeve swing. And Brooke says, Gaia, is that strange weapon again?" And he gets an older box. Like the weapon gets an older box, so it's confirmed that this weapon is actually just a small fruit user, being used as a weapon, which is weird. I I kind of like. I was kind of liking the idea that Black Maria's weapon is just some special, like cursed weapon. You know, kind of like one of Zoro's um like some of the swords we see. You know, I was hoping that she had like some special cursed weapon, but it just seems to be just some smile fruit user in the in the in made into a weapon because he's the pug smile fruit Wanudo pug smile fruit. Unless it's a weapon that. What you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Black Maria's weapon is just a smile fruit user, you know, put into a weapon, or do you think it's like a actual weapon that consumed a smile fruit? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how we got Frank. We had Spandam's sword, Frankfurt. I think that's what his name. And we also had that one. It's like a dog bazooka in Alabasta. I forget. I think it was like Miss Wednesday. Her devil fruit, or was it? It was one of the one of the crocodile's agents. One of their weapons. They had like a bazooka that ate like a dog fruit. You know. So I'm curious. Could like weapons or inanimate objects eat smile fruit users or smile fruits as well? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's just a smile fruit user in the weapon, or do y'all think it's a weapon that somehow consumed a smile fruit? So it seems like that man-faced dog is continually keeping the fire lit with the well. With the will. So I'm kind of thinking maybe it's just a guy in inside that will. That's what I'm kind of, maybe that was kind of the answer. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, we got Black Maria, like, above Robin and Brooke. Talking about that. What was that? You won't be tricked by illusions? After hearing their conversations. How can you say that when you're clearly dreaming? Wahahaha. Dreaming about beating Master Kaido. It's clearly illusion in their head. Thinking they're gonna beat Mr. Woro himself. The strongest the world's strongest creature. And I will continue to stress that because human beings are creatures. And if Kaido is the world's strongest creature, he's also stronger than any human who are also creatures. Man, I gotta go. We going on a little tangent right now. We going on a little tangent. I'm tired of people saying, people always want to say Shanks is the strongest Yonko, strongest character. Based off what? What? Why is Shanks? Shanks has shown nothing to be the strongest, but yet, anyway, we're not going there. We're not going there. Back to the chapter. All right, so Robin basically, grabs Brooke and escapes in like a spider net, which is actually ironic, Robin using like spider type attack or abilities, spider named abilities going against a actual spider lady. And then so basically Black Maria turns the whole floor and burns the whole floor. So if they fall into a floor of lava or not lava, fire. Robin says, you're going to burn down the entire castle if you keep fighting like that. And Black Maria said, "Oh, are you worried about us? Thanks, thanks. Maybe you should give up and let me catch you, Nicole Robin." And then Brooke said, "Robin, will you mind dangling me under your arm like this a bit longer? Assuming that weapon is indeed a living creature, I can." And then he goes outside of his body. His spirit goes outside of his body. And, Robin just kind of looking, just a little freaked out. She looked a little freaked out. And, Brooke basically uses Soul Code to attack, what's the thing's name? Gotta go back. Wanyudo. Which freezes him. And then he kind of falls off the wheel, after being froze. And so now she can't produce that fire anymore because he's what's creating that fire. Wanyudo is what's creating that fire. Which I kind of want to know a little more about Wanyudo now. I want to learn more about Wanyudo. That's why I hope this fight ain't over at the end of this. I want to learn more about Wanyudo. And so she, after Wanyudo falls, she tries to hit Robin and Brooke, but then they let go of the ceiling. And so Black Maria basically starts kind of taunting Robin, basically saying, hey, your crew, your friend sold you out. Yeah, so, said Black Leg knew I was hunting for you, and he helped lure you right into my trap. And we see Brooke seems to be finishing. It's kind of weird, because I don't know if that's... I'm guessing, I want to say, because it looked like Brooke just finished the attack, but I'm assuming he's just kind of concluding his attack on Wanyudo. After getting back into his body, he finished his attack, And he called it Soul Parade Ice Burn. And that was the finish Wanyudo off. And then we see Black Maria continue to taunt Robin. You're just the baggage of your crew, calling her baggage. The target of figures bigger and more powerful than you. That's why he was so eager to guide you to me. See, I want to speak on this a little more, because that quote right there, that quote right there speaks to something that I want to say I've talked to before, something that I've always constantly thought about before. With Robin, pertaining to Robin, Okay, so I'm gonna repeat what Black Maria says, and then I want to go in a little depth of why I feel as though what she said was significant, and I mean it's significant to the overall story. She said she said you're just the baggage of your crew. The target of figures bigger and more powerful than you. This kind of plays into what I feel as though Robin's importance to the overall story. And I'm just kind of waiting to see when Oda is going to really play to this, if he does. I feel as though since he kind of pointed it out here, I feel as though he needs... I'm really hoping that he does play to it within the future of the story. But... Robin's importance, right? Robin is probably the only known character that we know of at this point in time of the storyline that can read the poneglyphs. She can read the poneglyphs. So you got like like nobody ever really talks about the importance of Robin. Like the fact that other characters might eventually start targeting Robin. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to kidnap her so they can, cause she, as far as we know, she is the key to finding the One Piece. If you can't read the poneglyphs, how you gonna find? How you gonna How you gonna find Laugh Tale? If you can't find Laugh Tale, how you find the One Piece? You know, Robin is the only person who can get you to Laugh Tale. You know, that's good. So I just really want to see Oda pull the trigger on maybe having bigger, like other big name characters going after Robin. Maybe Blackbeard. You know, I feel as though I feel as though Blackbeard could potentially try to kidnap Robin. Because Blackbeard to me is like the only other like the only other real candidate to me. Blackbeard is Luffy's rival, right? As far as becoming Pirate King, he's Luffy's true rival. From how the story is building Blackbeard, he's Luffy's true rival towards to One Piece. I don't mean like just rival. Like you could say Long Kid are his rivals, but when you talk about actual candidates who could potentially find the One Piece, who could potentially find Laugh Tale, to I think Blackbeard is the number two in the running after Luffy. Now I feel as though Luffy is ultimately going to get it, but I do believe that Blackbeard is going to be the closest to getting it, not named Luffy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of hoping that there's a significance to people trying to get Robin in order to find a One Piece. Maybe even the world government. Like I know the world government wanted Robin because she's because who she is, because she's a danger. But maybe they might try to get her and find, maybe there may come a time where the world government might try to find the One Piece so they could destroy it, or so they can have possession of it and nobody else could get it. I think that would make sense for the world government instead of trying to like hide, get like trying to derail people from getting it. I think it would be a better goal for the world government to actually try to get the One Piece for themselves, so other people can't get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm kind of what do you guys think about Robin though? Like what do you think that Oda is going to maybe have an arc where or some story plot where other characters are going to be trying to kidnap Robin? Not in, I mean, I know a lot of people like, well, that's what that would just be copying CP9 in this lobby, and I don't think I don't think that would be the case because I think they was just trying to capture Robin because that's their because she's wanted and who she is and that was more of a Spandam thing Spandam was trying to get promotion, so he needed Robin to show like, oh look, I caught one of the most dangerous people in the world, you know. But maybe the world government could have a change of heart and be like, you know what, we could use Robin. Maybe that was their plan from the beginning when they captured her. Maybe they wanted to capture her and use her to find the One Piece, so other people can't find the One Piece. If they have the One Piece, then all these other pirates are just on a fool's errand, So, I think if the world government tried to capture Robin this time, it would be more so playing off her importance to finding the One Piece instead of just trying to find her because she's a descendant of what's her country? I forget the country she come from. That they man, I'm like off today, man. I've been working, like had a long week, man. I had a long week. But yeah, that country, that island that they Buster called, that Robin's from, they might even talk about it. They might talk about it. They don't. I don't remember. But yeah, so you know, like instead of just trying to get her because she's a descendant from that island, try to get her because she needs the one. Because y'all want to find the One Piece, and she knows how to read the poneglyphs. Yeah, but I'm just waiting to see if Oda is going to pull the trigger. I feel as though he should have been pulled the trigger on that. Like that should be something that's a continuous problem among the Straw Hats is people trying to kidnap Robin. Like in my opinion, I think that should be like one of them reoccurring problems that the Straw Hats come across. But it seems like it's never an issue. Like come on, like Big Mom, like Big Mom wanted Sanji over Robin. Like I get why she wanted Sanji, but bro, like she's trying to be Pirate King too. She got a poneglyph that she can't read. Why not get Robin to do that? That's what I would think. Instead of trying to depend on Carrot's third eye to possibly read the poneglyphs, you get somebody who actually can read the poneglyphs. Duh. But yeah. But I do think this fight is kind of that case. I do think that Black Maria specifically wants Robin for Kaido. Because maybe Kaido does want Robin as well. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of a lesser, not something that he's been, openly talking about. Maybe Black Maria sees the importance of capturing Robin for Kaido. And anyway, okay, so Black Maria's telling her like, okay, your cook, basically baited you here for me, to save itself. And then we get that flashback of Sanji saying, "Help me, Robin," and Robin just thinking. And Black Maria says, "Now Blackleg is the laughing stock of all of Onigashima, and he's supposed to have the number 2 bounty. Tells you a lot about the level of your crew." So, so this is just telling me that Black Maria just thinks Sanji is the second strongest crewmate of Luffy's, just off his bounty. Which, I have my beliefs. I feel as though him and Zoro are neck and neck with Zoro kind of being like slightly above Sanji, but I don't think there's a gap. I don't think the gap between Sanji and Zoro is that big like a lot of people think. I don't think so. Zoro, I don't think so. But you guys, you let me know. Yeah. So, so we got Brooke saying, "Yo, oh that Sanji, I nearly split a seam laughing. Robin, do you quite mind if I leave her to you?" And then Robin says, "Thank you. I was hoping you asked." So Robin went this one-on-one. I hope Robin went this one-on-one. So we see Brooke, getting it in. Brooke ain't Sanji. Brooke can fight a woman. Brooke don't mind fighting women. If you dangerous, you're a woman, he'll fight you. He fought Big Mom already. And so Brooke says, "And now we'll take it upon myself to deal with these possessions of ghoulies. And I do hate ghoulies." Like Brooke gets scared easy, so it makes sense. Even though he's a walking skeleton, it still makes sense that he gets scared. But so Black Maria says, "Did I hurt your feelings?" Robin says, "No." And Black Maria is just confused. And Robin says, "He's a very kind man. You don't need to know what it means that Sanji relied upon me for help. He is truly worthy of being the wings of the king of pirates. And then Robin basically pulls out her Susanoo, Gigante Flora. Robin Susanoo. It's pretty dope, man. Bro, man, like, hey, I want to see more Robin fights, man. I want to see more Robin. I love her ability, bro. I love her ability. So seeing how we didn't see it, there was no concluding attack. That means we will be getting more of this Robin and Black Maria fight, which I'm excited about for one. I'm excited about it. Maybe we'll get more information about the what's the thing's name? Juan Yudo. I kind of like Juan Yudo. I don't know why. I just kind of like Juan Yudo. I want to know more about him and why she chose him to be part of his thing. Maybe it's because he just spits fire. I don't know. Maybe that's it's just that simple. She chose him because he can spread fire and it just worked well with her weapon. But okay, so we're back on the ground of Wano and Tokage Port Wano. And we got Luffy saying, I need more meat, of course. Luffy basically recovers with food. All it takes for Luffy to recover is give him some food. And then, they're saying, you've already eaten every bit of food on the sub. And you're not going to find any meat lying around here. And Shinobu asks them, oh, you found him in the water. What kind of miracle is that? And Law's crew says, I don't know. We just heard a voice. Which interesting. Because you usually think of the voice of all things or whatever, and it's usually like Luffy or Momonosuke hearing things. But this kind of says maybe Luffy could also project his voice. Maybe Luffy and even Momonosuke could use the voice of all things to project a voice that they're not necessarily talking and almost project it in people. Like maybe people with maybe it's like a two-way street with the voice of all things. Like other things can hear you just as well as you hear them. But yeah, I think that might be set for another a discussion on itself, a discussion for itself. The voice of all things, the significant. That might be like next time we got a break. I might have to talk about the voice of all things. Maybe I'll get my boy Elijah and we could talk about the voice of all things and the potential of, God damn. But okay, so Momonosuke basically said, what incredible luck you have, Luffy. I'm amazed you're still alive. And then Luffy says, oh, you fell down too, huh? And he says, we escaped from Kaido on Shinobu's kite. Okay, that explains how they safely made to the ground, which is realistic. Shinobu dude has that kite. I forgot about Shinobu's kite. I'm thinking like maybe Momonosuke like use his dragon form to get him down. That's what I was hoping. But Shinobu's kite is a very, sensible thing. And he says, but Luffy, during the escape, I can only watch as Kinemon and Kiku hold it in until later. You're still the leader here. Don't start crying before we're done yet, or before we're done. None of this is finished until I smash Kaido. Pause, Luffy. Pause. Talking about smashing Kaido. I don't think Kaido's gonna let you smash that. So and then Shinobu's like, you don't have to be so harsh to him, Luffy Taro. Of course Luffy does. Luffy has to be what he needs to be. That's the thing with Luffy. If he has to be mean, it usually works. It usually works. So Luffy said, I'm not losing the next round. bro. Luffy. I mean, else has Luffy taken the Kaido already? It's like this is his second one, maybe his third. I don't know. It's like his second or third. I don't know. And then now we got Caribou. Randomly, we get Caribou. You know, I think that's his name, Caribou. And then he says, "Huh? Is that Straw Hat? What happened to the big battle?" And then we hear me. We know. We'll go looking. If you guys don't win, I'll never be able to leave this island. This is Caribou speaking in his head. Get it together. And then we go back to Luffy. He says, "Momo, take me back up there." Huh? Momonosuke looking up. Turn into a dragon and fly me up. Okay, that's gonna be, and that's pretty much the end. We don't have a chapter until I want to say, 7 days from now. So about Monday. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. Yeah. So next chapter will be next Monday, and we'll be doing chapter discussion next Monday. But I just have two things I want to talk about pertaining to the ending of this chapter. Well, before I talk about those two things, I want to say I like the chapter because one, I got to see Rabbit. I got to see some action with Robin. Because I always say, man, like Robin does not get enough like showcasing time. She's like her, Frankie and Brooke. A lot of time they kind of get like put to the side by Oda. But I'm glad we've been getting some. We got Frankie. We got Brooke action this chapter. We got Jinbei action last chapter. Or no. We got Jinbei action like 3 chapters ago. We got Frankie action last chapter. Now we getting Robin, and we're gonna get. It looks like we're gonna get Robin possibly next chapter. And so first I want to talk about Caribou. What is his role going to be? I think right now, I feel as though he may have a bigger role potentially. Somehow, I don't know, maybe saving the Straw Hats at the end. I don't know, but I think he might have a role in somehow helping the Straw Hat Alliance win. I think his role right now, like why they brought him now, I think he's acting as kind of a plot device right now, because one thing we know is Luffy right now he's still kind of weak. He needs food. He needs that food to be 100% to go back. And I think Caribou is brought back just to be that, because what we know about Caribou is he could pretty much store like an endless amount of stuff within his body with his mud ability. I don't know why his mud ability gives him the ability to store so much stuff. But I think he probably has food on him. And I think he's going to be the one who gives Luffy the food so Luffy could recover and get back into the fight. And I think that's his main purpose right now. Like, I couldn't think of what else his purpose would be in this moment. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? What do you think Caribou's purpose is? Why you think he's in the story all of a sudden? And my last my last thing I want to talk about, because I'm not gonna go too much. I think I really did get a chance to explain a lot of my thoughts during this chapter. I might have more later. I don't know. If meet me in the Discord. Check the Discord. Join the Discord. The link is going to be in the description box to the One Piece Discord. Let's talk there. And so I want to talk about Momonosuke. And I've kind of been. I might not go too much into this because I kind of want to have a discussion where I talk about Momonosuke. I've been really tempted to talk a lot about his development as a character. How, just some of the little things he's done, like kind of like stood up for himself. Like it's just a lot. It's just some little subtle stuff, not subtle stuff, but little things that Momonosuke have been showing that is developing him into the leader that he needs to be, and he's becoming the man he needs to be. And it's not his father. He doesn't need to be his father. I honestly think Momonosuke is going to be better than his father. At least for Wano, he's going to be better than his father. Because as strong as strong as you want to say Oden was, and Oden was a very strong person. He wasn't that great of like a leader, like at running the country. Like the man was horrible at finances, like just giving Orochi money, and he wasn't a good leader because he was leaving Wano. He wasn't like protecting the country. He wasn't. If he didn't leave, we wouldn't be in this situation. Like this is Kaido is only at Wano. Kaido and Orochi only controls Wano because Oden left. Because Oden left. So and this is why I say Momonosuke is going to be better than Oden, because I think Momonosuke has been showing better leadership qualities than Oden, and this is something I might have to actually make a discussion for, but I'm gonna have to do a separate discussion for Momonosuke. Because I really been kind of, going back and forth in my head of, a lot of stuff about Momonosuke and, just his development and everything. And I think this right here, like the end of this chapter, this is going to be one thing he needs to really come out. Like, to be brave. He needs to conquer this fear of heights and get Luffy back to Onigashima so they could win this war. And only Momonosuke could help Luffy win. If Momonosuke doesn't do this, Luffy can't get back to Onigashima, and the alliance won't be able to win. So a lot of this is going to be on Momonosuke's shoulders, like literally, because Luffy's going to be on the shoulders. But yeah, a lot of this is going to be on Momonosuke. So, I think this is going to be that test for him. This is going to be that proof, that moment of proving that proving that you've grown. This is that moment for Momonosuke to prove that he's grown. I think he's shown a lot that he's grown, but this is going to be another one of those moments, a big moment, because now he has to conquer his fears. And yes, he's not Oden, but he also can't be a little scared kid for the rest of his life. He has to be brave, and he's been showing that he could be brave. When Kanjiro kidnapped him, and he was like, "Hey, y'all just focus on beating Kaido. Don't worry about me. I'll find a way." Even though he couldn't. That was a little showcasing of him growing and becoming braver and braver. And this is going to be an even bigger moment, because now he has to conquer his fears of flying, of heights. Like it's going to be kind of a callback to Punk Hazard when him and Luffy were stuck in that thing, and he had to get him out, but he was just so scared, and he barely made it. But I think this is going to be one of Momonosuke's shining moments, though. This is going to be a great shining moment for Momonosuke. And yeah, so let me know in the Discord. Maybe you have some views on Momonosuke that could help me towards my discussion, and bring that to the Discord. We'll talk about it. But anyway, make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications when I go live. Yeah. Join the Discord. Join the Facebook group, One Piece Facebook group, where we just talk about One Piece. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at BlumpGod. If you don't know how to spell it, it's the name of the channel. Or go on the link in the description. Anyway, I'm out of here. It's been a good chat.